The Gazette at the University of Western Ontario is the only daily campus newspaper in Canada. It publishes 11,000 copies a day, 4 days a week, 100 issues every year, reaching a readership of 30,000. A staff of over 20 editors and countless contributors make it all happen. By students, for students. The Gazette.
So we come in a normal day at about 9 o'clock, and then we do story search. So we look up stories that are happening around campus and around Western and around London. And then at around 10 o'clock we'll do rundown, which is where we share the stories. We come up with graphic and photo ideas.
You know how the USC got involved in the Have a Heart for Haiti campaign?
Yes.
By the sense of things, they're doing a similar thing for the Japan earthquake.
Okay.
So I'm going to have them talk to Justin Mackey and see where that's going.
And assign them to editors, and usually if editor has, or a volunteer has too much class, we'll give them a lighter day, and hopefully enough people are around that they can finish the stories before the end of the day.
An hour or two into the morning, the editors and volunteers begin to arrive. They'll get their stories or continue working on long-term projects and get down to work.
So after I come in, I usually check my email, and then I work on layout and designing my pages. Today specifically, we're running a little bit late on pages, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to lay out my page yet. But for the stories today, we have a wrestling story going in about a Mustangs rookie named Steven Takahashi. So we're putting a story in about him, and then we're waiting our pages to see what other content we'll need. Perhaps we'll have a basketball story, or perhaps we'll have a column. So, yeah.
I can even email it to you. Like if I have like half an hour.
Be like the two different sets of.
So currently I'm teaching how to do layout. So what you do is when we get a story in, we figure out the character count on it after we've edited it. And then what we do from there is we get the character count to go to the pages. So this is going to be Wednesday's pages. And count how many characters in the story are on the page and draw it in like that. And then from there we add a headline for it, add a photo, and then give the pages to front office for them to look over and make changes to them.
So this is when we decide the topics for the ed board, the questions that we're going to talk about. Usually it's just like a news story or something that's happening in the news. We try to get something that's kind of controversial that people will have an opinion about. And then we present those questions to the ed board where it starts.
Today, the ed board discussion will be about students' struggle to connect to the wireless on campus.
I understand it's not everybody's going to have perfect access to it all the time, but I think far more often than not, the wireless is decent.
I've personally found it getting worse lately for some reason. I don't know if that's just because they're transitioning their system recently or something, but over the year I feel like it's become more and more difficult to connect, especially in this office, which is very unfortunate. And
Sports editor Caitlin McGrath volunteered to write the short article discussed at ed board.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports editor Caitlin McGrath.
After ed board, the editors and volunteers get back to work on their stories. I'm working on the upcoming style issue, a project I proposed several months ago that's never been done before.
so 56.
Yeah, so you just be able to plug them in like that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, that's so perfect. Yay, thank you. That means I can do more work tonight.
My name's Arden. I'm the associate editor at the Gazette. What? I'm here to help if any section needs it. I mean, if news, sports, arts, opinions, even if graphics needed help, I mean, I'm here. I also do a lot of sort of more big picture things. Like I did a blog called Blog the Vote for USC elections. I also did a food and drink issue this year, which is the first special issue of its kind in the history of the Gazette.
After their pages are done and their stories have been given to front office for editing, towards the end of the day, the editors and volunteers start to leave.
Right, so right now we're kind of nearing the end of the day. We're just waiting for some final approves for offs and news. So in the meantime, we usually try and get started on some like longer term things. Right now we're getting started on the style issue, which comes out this Friday, and I'm working on some little social projects I've got going.
Okay, so this is the proofs that we get back from our composing department. So when we give them the stories and we give them paper layouts like this, we send that over and they put it in the computer in the composing department, and then they give us back the mock-ups. We make more edits, take out things, and then they'll input those changes and then bring it back to us, and then we'll just make sure they're done, read it again, and when it's all done we sign off and it goes to the printer. So that's about 13 hours since we started, and then we have the final version here. Here it is, tomorrow's issue. Looks pretty good. Just check to see if it looks like. And now I'm just going to upload that online, and then that's the very end of the day. And that's it.